Hey guys, I'm coming back with you. I am going to be replacing my cam seals. So I got to be taking all this stuff off. I don't have another person to film with me, so I'm just going to do it in sections and then film of where I'm at. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drain my radiator, and so I have a container down there to catch it, plus some other empty containers to put it in. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this drained, and then once that is drained, I'm going to take the clamps off and take it out. So to get it out, you just have that bolt on the other side, take the hoses, clamps off, and then there's some electrical connectors for the fans that you got to remove. So I'll get to that point and I'll come back and I'll show you all the parts that I'm putting in to my 2005 Subaru Legacy. Alright guys, got it out, got the radiator out, got all the hoses off, took my intake off. But what I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing next is I'm going to get all this other stuff out of the way. So you got the power steering pump, alternator, and then the AC condenser. Going to get all that out to get the flywheel off, and I'll be back. Hey guys, just wanted to show you where I'm at. This is what I've gotten done so far. I've got the radiator off, all the hoses off, took my intake off. Now I'm going to be taking off the power steering pump, the alternator, and the AC condenser, and so then I can take this off next. So I'm going to get to that point and I will be back. Hey guys, okay, I got it off. So got the pulley off, took out the alternator and the power steering pump. I decided to leave my AC compressor on. No need to take it off. Now I'm going to pull off the covers, and once I get the covers pulled off, I will get to that point. Alright guys, got the cover off, and I lined up my timing belt. Got the notch here to here, and you got one notch here, and you got two notches down here. They actually have a dash, like two dashes. See if I could get closer. So you got two dashes, then you got a dash right there, and it's off on the other side, and then you have a dash over here. So I am going to show you what I'm doing. So I got this, I picked this box up off of eBay, and have gasket for water pump and a thermostat. Then it also has all the pulleys, new pulleys and stuff for the timing belt, new tensioner pulley. And this is what I wanted to really get, were these seals. Mine are leaking. So I got the seals, more pulleys, and the belt. So I think this whole setup was, we'll see how good it is, but this whole setup was, I think it was like 250 bucks for the whole thing. So I will be replacing all the pulleys, timing belt, the water pump, tensioner, and then the seals that are back behind here. So what I'm going to do is, now that it's lined up, I'm going to take the timing belt off, and we'll go to that point. So see you in a bit. Hey guys, I wanted to come back real quick, and what I decided to do, instead of pulling the pulleys off first, I held this down tight, kind of like this, then held it against to loosen these up, to get these loose without removing the belt, and then those be a pain in the butt to loosen. So I loosened all four of them off, so they'll just come off Well, that one is loose, but and I will go to that point and here, I'll show you. It's loose. See, man. So now I'll take the pulleys off and start getting the timing belt off. Made sure I stayed lined up with my timing marks, and just so I don't have to time it later, I'll just have to verify it. So anyways, I'm gonna start pulling those pulleys off and I'll go to that point. Hey guys, I'm back. So I got all the pulleys off, and looking at these, they look pretty clean. This is the passenger side, especially this bottom one looks really clean. This one, I'll probably replace it. It is kind of a little dirty, but this one looks really good. I don't know if I'm going to replace that one. Definitely going to do that one. And here's the driver's side. So I know this one has a channel where the oil comes through and it kind of feeds inside here, but that is like saturated down there. It's wet. It looks like it's dripping, and then also down here is pretty dirty as well. So I am definitely replacing these seals. So I'm gonna start getting to those seals. You gotta be very careful as you push those in, because once you put the one in, and if you put the wrong one in, then you're pretty much SOL. If you take it out, then you got to go get a new seal. So just make sure you're putting the right seal in when you get to this point. And hey guys, so I got the water pump off, cleaned up the seal, cleaned all the old seal off it, and now I'm going to be putting the new one on. Again, I'm sorry I'm not filming it and showing you guys exactly what I'm doing. It's too hard to try to film it. I'm just using my phone. But it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to get to all this and take all this stuff off. Please be nice as you thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever you do to my video. It's totally okay. I know I can't wait to have a better place instead of outside next to all my neighbors. Have a better place to be able to do better videos and actually record most of it instead of just kind of going piece by piece. But anyways, so like I said, I did the seals. I pressed those back in. Those are pretty fun to get out. Not really, but I just used a pick. To pick inside and pull them out. Took a little bit of persuasion, but able to get them out and get them replaced. If you have a socket big enough to fit over that's the same diameter, that would be ideal to use. I didn't have one, so I'm going to take a chance, and what I did is I just tapped around it and seated it. I had a smaller extension like this, and I just kind of tapped around and seated it really slowly. So I guess I'll find out if that worked or if I'm gonna have more problems. Anyways, this is where I'm at, and I'm gonna get the water pump in and go from there. Alright guys, the next morning, I got the water pump on last night. It was really difficult. There is a rubber seal that's down in this corner where my finger is that needed to get pressed up against. My wife had to come out and help me hold some stuff together to try to get it out, or to be able to get the bolts even started. If anyone has any idea of an easier way, I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there of putting new water pumps in. But if someone wants to comment on an easier way to get that in, I would love to hear. I fought it for a long time last night and finally got it in and called it a night. installed, and now I'm going to put the pulleys in. I'm going to start getting the pulleys in and lined up. Right now my tick mark on my timing is still lined up with the tick mark up here. Crankshaft is still lined up. Then I just need to make sure all my cams are lined up. So I'm going to get these pulleys installed and go from there. Remind you guys that the pulleys go certain orientation. Make sure you put them right back into the same orientation you took them out. The top cams have an oil feeder and goes back into the seal to lube the top's cams, and they're on both sides, so make sure that you get those installed properly. See all the way through them. I don't know if you can see that, but blew it out so you can see. You want to make sure that these get on the top, and you can see the hole there again. So anyways, just remember that as you go to put it back together. But I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get those installed and then I'll be back. Hey guys, just wanted to show you that as I'm putting these pulleys back on, I just wanted to show you that they're keyed. You can't mess them up how they go in, and they're keyed down in there. So you'll see as you put it on, it can only go on one way. So as you spin it around, I'm pushing in on it right now, and as you see, it'll pop right down. See that? That's how now it's tight. It's in where it's supposed to go. So I just wanted to show that for you real quick. Hey you guys, I wanted to do a quick video, and I know you can't really see it, but behind the pulley you're going to have that seal that is behind the pulley that looks like this guy. So what you're going to want to do is where the crank comes through, I don't know if you can see down in there, that seal needs to be flush. That seal needs to be flush. Like, you can't really see it, it's not focusing. So that seal needs to be flush with the aluminum housing on the inside. So you're not going to actually shove that one all the way seated like you do this one, because if you shove this one all the way seated, there's no place for the oil to go but out, and it just starts leaking. And I found that out the hard way. As you can tell, the mess underneath my car with all the kitty litter. But after my brother-in-law and I figured that out, I just kept going because I need to get ready for work. But I just wanted to show that real quick. That needs to be flush with the housing, just to give you a heads up. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm back. I just did a quick, it's getting late where I'm at, so I just wanted to do just a last shot. I know last time I came on, I was just at the timing belt covers weren't put on, but got the timing belt covers put on. You got to put the center one in first. Obviously, that's the last one you take off when you first start the job. Put the outer ones on, and then put the pulley on, and then or the harmonic balance, or whatever you want to call that thing. And then just start putting everything back. So got the belts on tight, everything ready to go, and I'm going.